You're listening to the SS Experience on SMG.
Recording in progress.
What up, no? You listen to the SS Experience streaming on the SMG Podcast Network app. Download the SMG Podcast Network app on all your Apple devices. Android, I'm getting to you. You listen to the SS Experience wherever you get podcasts like Amazon Music, Samsung Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn Radio, and the usual suspects, the iHeartRadio app and Spotify. Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, re-rate, re-review, resubscribe, download. Keep that process going over and over and over again so the algorithm can be popping out here in these digital streets. Recording in the studio today because I had to actually, come into work. But, while I'm, BSing in between time, I'm going to go ahead and give y'all a nice little podcast real quick because a couple of little dope things hit my timeline that I thought that was pretty interesting. So everybody's doing a documentary about a lot of stuff. People doing a documentary about Diddy, that whole type of situation going on with now his sex trafficking, his little, sex parties and all of that. And there's about to be a documentary about the Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef, how it started and all that stuff too. So a lot of documentaries coming out, but don't forget my documentary, The Chase Glitch, the real origin story of the Chase Glitch. We're doing a documentary about that. And we're going to drop the documentary in November because, as you know, if you listen to the pod, for the past couple of years or seasons or whatever, we don't normally do a pod after Thanksgiving. So like right around before Thanksgiving all the way to the new year, we normally don't, do any pods. We're on vacation. We'll holler at y'all next year. So we normally take that little month and a half, a month and some change, month and some weeks off, whatever. So we're going to go ahead and do drop the documentary every week during that time frame. So it's going to be like a 5-part documentary series. So make sure that y'all go ahead and check that out when we drop that too. So a lot of documentaries is coming out. But I wanted to start with a story that's tied into the whole Drake and Kendrick thing. J. Cole recently dropped a track called Port of Antonio. Real fire joint, you know what I'm saying, from what I heard. And he addresses the elephant in the room, which is him pulling out of the Kendrick Lamar Drake beef because, fuck the big three is big me. Everyone said there was the big three and, what I'm saying, how all of that went down. And Kendrick, when he did when Cole did his diss song, he actually was spitting because he actually broke down the albums that Kendrick Lamar has, saying one is a classic, the second one was mid, the third one's overrated, all of that stuff. I don't remember the exact lines, but pretty much that. And now he has thoughts, he has opinions because everybody probably dragged him in the mud about it. So a part of the song, I want to go ahead and I don't have the audio, kind of like post-production. I don't feel like doing it, so I'll just go ahead and read to you the verse off of Port Antonio. So he says, I pulled the plug because I seen where that was about to go. They wanted blood, they wanted clicks to make their pockets grow. I wouldn't have lost the battle, dog. I would have lost a bro. I would have gained a foe. All for what? Just to attain some more props from strangers that don't got a clue what I've been aiming for. Now that's actually, if you think about Cole and how he gets down or whatever, that's a classic way to think about it, because he's basically saying, I wouldn't have lost, I would have won. And you would have been at my throat for the rest of rap eternity, all for people to get clicks and likes and views and, making a, because, think about it, right? What am I doing right now? I'm talking about it now. Obviously, I don't have the big platform as, a lot of our other, contemporaries and things like that. So it's not like I'm getting like my pockets full off of talking about, this particular topic or whatever. But that's the people that J. Cole is talking about. J. Cole is talking about these people that's going to be making bread off of their, battle or whatever, just for him to lose, a friend, to say the least. So he spit his shit. He felt bad about it, and he pulled out. Now, a lot of us, pure rappers, is kind of like, it is what it is. Like, if he couldn't take it, then, fuck him type shit. But at the same time, if we all see how Kendrick dug into Drake, You know what I'm saying? And we don't know how Drake's going to recover. We don't know if he did recover. A lot of people, I don't know too many people, but I know a lot of people probably said that Drake won that situation, that battle. And I don't believe that, but a lot of people do. And it's maybe his fan base that is actually saying that Drake actually, won that battle. Neither here nor there. I don't subscribe to that nonetheless. But it goes into J. Cole as an artist, because I hold J. Cole and Kendrick as the same type of, artist or whatever. I hold them as a type of person that's like, they're lyrically conscious. They're not on no gangster rap shit. You're not about to be, riding around, you know what I'm saying, the way, you know what I'm saying, with packs and with, shit in the trunk. It ain't, their music isn't that type of music. You know what I'm saying? So I hope, oh yeah, especially you're not about to, dance in a club to their shit. You know what I'm saying? Maybe somebody might throw it in the mix because it sounds a little dope or whatever, but at the same time, it's going to be like, nah, they're just not going to be, playing their music, for the clubs, for the girls to be dancing and all of that shit. So it's one of those things where basically, like I said, they're the same, type of artist to me. I'm not gonna say they're the same person because I know they're not the same person, but they're the same type of artist as far as, how they get down. So would have been a good battle for J. Cole to be in it. Maybe, we all feel like that would have been a good thing. But again, that goes back to the line where he was saying that they wanted blood, they wanted clicks to make their pockets grow. Now, I wouldn't say that I wanted blood, but at the same time, it's a rap beef. Like we know how these rap beefs go. I grew up in a time, during the East Coast, West Coast war because of Biggie and Pac. And a lot of people who had nothing to do with anything had opinions and had thoughts. And, they was riding for, their coast or whatever. You're from the West Coast, you're riding with Pac, even though Pac is originally from the East Coast, but that's neither here nor there, though. So you have all of these, external things when it comes to this, rap beef or whatever. And, at the end of the day, J. Cole ain't want no parts of it because obviously Drake and Kendrick, there's something there. There's some hatred there because there was no level of this is my friend. See, J. Cole has the nah, this is my friend. I'm not going to do this to him, in that sort of way or whatever. Now I don't know if there was communications between like Kendrick's team and Cole's team where someone told Cole like, hey bro, like you do not want any parts of it like this, because I've heard someone say that was a thing that Kendrick and his camp hollered at Cole's camp like, hey, this isn't for you. And normally when people say this isn't for you, they're trying to insinuate that you can't handle this or you can't hang or anything, that type of situation going on. But J. Cole fell back. He was like, it's all good. And, it is what it is type situation. But I don't know, y'all. Like, y'all gotta like somewhere in the video, somewhere in the comments or whatever, what I'm saying, tap in with me. Let me know, what it is that y'all got going on with that. Cause I personally think Cole should have stayed in it for real, for real. I mean, if it's rap, then rap. You know what I mean? Now, obviously with Drake and Kendrick, Drake and Kendrick, it got a little personal, you know what I'm saying? Baby moms and kids and all this other stuff is, was going on or whatever. And it got a little personal, but at the same time, we're just talking about rap beef, guys. We're just talking about music. We're just talking about rap. We're just talking about all of these other external things or whatnot. So it pretty much is what it is when it comes to this rap thing. So holla at me. Let me know what y'all think about this. When we get back from our nice little break, we might tap back into it later. Why is there so many Diddy documentaries about his downfall? And why is it that when we do have documentaries, it's always the downfall of our people? I'll holler at y'all in a minute. It's the SS Experience. We'll be back.
You're listening to the SS Experience on SMG.
Y'all know what it is. We back on the SS Experience. Rate, review, subscribe, re-rate, re-review, resubscribe, unsubscribe. Keep that process going over and over again so the algorithm can think we popping out here in these digital streets. So I wanted to talk about this for a hot little second because it's something that interests me a little bit. And it's these documentaries and things like that keeps coming out about Diddy. I think TMZ, I was on Tubi because, you know, we always on Tubi watching Tubi. Shout out to Tubi and Tubi. Y'all need to holler at us, man, and fuck with us on this sponsorship and stuff, man. Let us have the show on Tubi, endorse on Tubi. Y'all got new movies that's popping out on Tubi. Holla at your boy, man. Let's go ahead and get this work done, man. Real rap. But there's documentaries on Tubi, and something that just hit my timeline that 2020 is about to have a special called Secret Life of Diddy. A special edition of 2020 is going to basically, you know, quote unquote, break down the alleged sex crimes. This is my problem with all of these documentaries that are coming out or that has came out already. There hasn't even been a trial yet. Diddy doesn't even know when he's going to court. And y'all about to have all of this shit on TV for public opinion. There's no jury picked or nothing like that. So basically, everybody and their mama who's interested in this is going to be watching this, right? And while they're watching this, you don't even shit. Sometime down the pipeline, they get the letter from the courthouse saying jury duty. What's this jury duty? Sean Diddy Combs jury duty. And you already watched all of this, you know, footage and stuff, and you already have your opinion. Oh, Diddy did that shit. I seen it on 2020. I seen the documentary. They said X, Y, and Z. But you're not supposed to go off of what you see in a documentary. You're supposed to go off of what you see in a courtroom. Now all of that stuff is flooding the quote unquote the timeline that I like to call it. You know what I mean? And I don't think it's cool. I mean, do I think it's cool for the things that Diddy's been alleged, quote unquote, or whatever? Nah. But at the same time, you can't have these specials and all of these documentaries and stuff coming out before the dude even went to court, before there's a court case. Because let's just say hypothetically, you got all these documentaries, all this shit then came out. And guess what? Diddy's found not guilty. Now, all of this stuff that y'all watch, all of this documentaries, all of these clicks and likes and views and stuff that you got, you know what I'm saying, for these documentaries that you just put in work for is basically for nothing because he didn't do it. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, like, that's why I just don't like these documentaries just coming out all before, you know what I'm saying? Because it's weird to me because it's like, okay, Diddy gets locked up, you know what I'm saying? They give him his cases or whatever. And then everybody out the woodwork is like, hey, I want something. Now, the thing is, it's always you're innocent until proven guilty, right? So, you know, Cassie came out, you know what I'm saying, you know, a while back was like, yeah, I'm filing this lawsuit against Diddy for sexual whatever. And, you know, he settles out of court, you know, throw it under the rug. I said that back in the day. I wish I had which episode that was so I can go ahead and replay that. I basically said it was a mistake for Diddy to cash her out. But now that you've, you know, fast forward, there's a video of him beating the shit out of her in a hotel. Now what? So Diddy knew that, okay, yeah, we're going to need to, you know, do something about this. We're going to have to, you know, bury this shit real quick. You know what I mean? So Diddy knew what time it was. Diddy knew what was up. And, you know, he cleared that out. But now everybody else is coming out the woodwork. So I'm saying all that to say that the benefit of the doubt that Diddy used to have, or just anybody would have, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, man, it's innocent until, you know, quote unquote, you know, proven guilty type stuff. You know what I'm saying? And you can't give Diddy the benefit of that doubt anymore. But at the same time, no court process has went through all of this. And that's just basically just my main thing is if you get jury duty on this Diddy case, I just want you to remember, I know it's human nature, but I just want you to remember this. You're supposed to go off of what's going on in the courtroom, not what you saw on, you know, this ABC 2020 special, not what you've seen on the TMC documentary. And for damn sure, I know this hasn't dropped yet, but I know he's working on it. And for damn sure, don't go off of what you saw in the 50 Cent documentary that he's going to be doing on it too, because he was one of the first ones that said he's dropping a documentary. But I think 50's really putting in work because TMZ threw some shit together. 2020 special is going to be come out on October the 16th. That's a couple of days from now. So it's just like, that's what we really about to just be doing. But at the same time, if he did it, he did it. Because I was hearing, I don't know if this was serious or not, but the baby oil had ecstasy in it. He was spiking the Ciroc bottles and all of that, and everybody was just forcefully, unforcefully, consensually having a good time. Now I don't know how consensual it could be if you drugged up, but you ain't saying no. But you probably wouldn't. I don't know. It's just a crazy type of situation and things like that. But look, The Secret Life of Diddy. It's just they got this big. I'm gonna post it on my social medias, Henny Hardaway 75 or the SS Experience, no E at the beginning experience, because it's just a crazy thing. Because it's like, who is all of these people that's going to be talking in on this documentary? And more importantly, who are the people who do not want this to see the light of day? Because I'm hearing some things that Diddy's peoples out in these streets is reaching out to everybody that got something to say. And it's like, hey, bro, here's a little bit of bread. Let's go ahead and silence this thing real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, you don't want him talking. So take this little bit of money and you don't say shit. Keep that shit moving like that. That's probably one of the reasons why they didn't want to get Diddy bond or whatever. But shit, Diddy about to make that thing work no matter what. He's gonna make that thing do what it do. So, fuck it. It is what it is. But like I said, I just don't like how all of these documentaries and things is coming out before there's a court case. Now I understand if it's like if you wanted to do the Secret World of OJ type shit after, shoot, even then, I forgot, even then, that would have been a dummy mission because he got found not guilty. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't think it's an appropriate time to do these type of documentaries like right now, because it goes back to what Cole was saying about, you know what I'm saying, they want to see blood. They're doing it for the clicks, you know what I'm saying, for the clicks and the views to line their pockets. Because, you just like in any, content creation thing, whether it's radio, TV, podcasting, anything like that, even if you have a YouTube show or Instagram or, a fucking Snapchat show. I didn't mean to say Snapchat. That's old as shit. I meant to say TikTok. You know what I mean? If you got any of those type of shows and you buzzing or whatever, you got sponsorship associated to it because whatever content that you have produces views. Television is the same exact way. We have content. Let's put it on the airwaves and let's sell advertising around it. The Secret Life of Diddy. How many people bought advertising on it? Like, I'm going to watch this shit just to see who has advertisement during this time. Now, sometimes, because it's a special, so something would have already been. Now, I don't know ABC's lineup, so don't get it fucked up. Like, I know that type of shit, but ABC may have cut out something like, some TV shows or whatever, comedy shows or whatever, in play of this, which means either the old sponsors who already bought that time is going to get in, or people who like, oh, Diddy special? Oh, let me spend a little bit extra to get some time. So I'm going to find out who has commercials on this time slot because y'all ain't shit. Y'all already profiting off of Diddy's downfall, and he hasn't even fallen down yet. Legally. Just saying, though. We got more stuff coming up, man. It's the SS Experience, man. We be back.
You're listening to the SS Experience on SMG.